Solar panels brought by the people from the companies do not work. Reliance was laying optical fibers all across and then trying to build up a network. It was not working. Why? Because there were breakages. Why? Why were there breakages? One breakage, you know what happens with the OPT. So how are you going to function? It has to be taught. You have to involve the locals. If you cannot come and start operating in isolation, it will not work. So this was an idea I just wanted to throw across. I still have a few of them. I'll just go across. I don't want to carry on with this talk for too long. After some time, I think Mr. Narayan will tell me, listen, we also hear.
Yeah, Vishwas, I would like to ask the question again to same question. What role that the whole broadband revolution can play in terms of education for creating employable skills at the rural level?
Yeah. So I'll come to that one now, immediately, straight away. Now, the skills that are required, first of all, from the point of view of a communicator or from the point of view of an urban guy to educate himself, is to understand the broadband first usage that is possible, number one. Number two, what is it that most of the, I would talk about IT industry, I would not want to talk about the core industry in specific right now. I would like to talk about the IT industry because I'm part of the IT industry for the past few years, almost about 6 now. So I would say that communication in terms of speech, communication in terms of written communication that you make across are two important aspects that are very, very important. Now the broadband, how are you going to utilize this broadband to build this up? The broadband usage, first of all, bringing that usage in play is based on the infrastructure that is going to be created by the companies across. Now to use that broadband, first of all, if the equipment is working, then this usage and education will come into play. But that is not the end of it, or that is not the beginning of it also. It lies in the middle somewhere. So what is it that actually will help out? It will help out that the people should actually start stepping across and saying that, okay, I'm from MIT, in Pune, let me go down to one of the offshoots of Ranjangaon and try and teach a few guys during a weekend on the usage of broadband. Let the communication begin. Let the communication begin. That is where the usage will start beginning up. It will build up. And from there on, skills for communication in terms of written and oral will start coming up. And that is a major, major requirement in the IT industry, apart from your technical knowledge that you really have.
Okay, thank you. Rahul, you have some experience in the area from Microsoft, in the area of creating employable skills, particularly from an education standpoint. Is that going to be something replicable? Is that something going to be useful across the rural sector, or is it something one-off experiment?
Okay, so before I answer that question, I'll just take one step back, Mr. Narayanan. One thing that I was asking myself as we were going on is, why have rural inclusion? Who cares? The government is doing something, let them do it. What does a student in MIT really care about rural inclusion? Why are you sitting here? Does anybody have some idea as to, what is it that you're really looking out of rural inclusion? How does it make a difference to you? Anybody? So that's a great answer, actually. And rural inclusion is not about helping my poor needy brother back in a village who doesn't have money. Abhi kaisa karoge? Let's give him public distribution scheme. Let's subsidize him and use him. And that's not the idea of rural inclusion. We can play to a weakness. We can play to a strength, right? Sometime back in the panel before, I heard people saying, why will you manufacture in India? Because we are a consumer society. How are we a consumer society? Because we have 1 billion odd people. They will consume, right? So that is my strength. That is not my weakness, right? I am here to play a position of strength, and how do I actually now leverage this whole ecosystem that I have, which is what makes me stand. Why does Microsoft care about India? Why does a Cisco care about India? Today, our revenues from Microsoft India, Cisco India, Juniper India, Alcatel India, I might not really know about IBM India, are the few percentage of the entire turnover that you would see of these companies. So why is everybody so worried about India? And why are we talking about rural India? Because we are consumers, right? So if we are consumers, that means these rural guys who do not have anything today are going to buy stuff. They are going to be the guys who will enable manufacturing. They are the base that I will sell to. That is why I am here, right? So I just wanted to get that mindset across is it's not my self-sacrificial work, ki abhi I will go and help them. At the end of the day, helping them is helping me. I am very clear, I am here for commerce, right?